Welcome to the final set of videos in the 2020 digital performance series from Capital Shakespeare in Bismarck, North Dakota. My name is Erin Weichel, and I'm the Artistic Director of Capital Shakespeare. We are so glad we are able to bring some Shakespeare to our community, even if we can't bring it together in person due to COVID-19. What you are about to watch are a series of scenes and monologues from shows we have done so far in our 12-year history. We have grown immensely over the years and are so proud and grateful for all of the support we have received from our community. If you want to learn more about our company, or if you are able to donate to help keep the arts alive and thriving in Bismarck, please visit our website at www.capitalshakespeare.org.
For our 10-year anniversary, Capital Shakespeare performed As You Like It, directed by Bismarck State College professor Dr. Danny Devlin. The performance was a rollicking, fast-paced comedy that even had old-school wrestling moves straight from the WWE. As You Like It follows Rosalind and her cousin as they race into the forest of Arden to find Rosalind's love, Orlando. Rosalind pretends to be a man named Ganymede to help Orlando cure himself of his love for Rosalind. Here's our original Rosalind, ready to reprise her role, who at this point of the play is pretending to be Ganymede.
And why, I pray you? Who might be your mother, that you insult and exult it all at once over the wretched? What, though you have no beauty, as by my faith I see no more in you than may without candle go dark to bed, must you be therefore proud and pitiless? Why, what means this? Why do you look on me so? I see no more in you than the ordinary of nature's sail work. It's my little life, I think she means to tangle my eyes too. No, faith, proud mistress, hope not after it. 'Tis not your inky brows, your black silk hair, your bugle eyeballs, nor your cheek of cream that can entame my spirits to your worship. You foolish shepherd, wherefore do you follow her like foggy south puffing with wind and rain? You are 1,000 times a proper man than she a woman. 'Tis such fools as you that fill this world with ill-favored children. 'Tis not her glass, but you that flatters her, and out of you she sees herself more proper than any of her lineaments can show her. But, proud mistress, know yourself, down on your knees, and thank heaven, fasting for a good man's love. For I must tell you friendly in your ear, sell when you can. You are not for all markets. Cry the man mercy, love him, take his offer. Foul is most foul, being foul to be a scoffer. Take her to thee, shepherd, fare you well.
There's a wrestling match written into the script of As You Like It, so we decided to take it a step further and bring back some of the glory days of the WWE. Enjoy a clip from our production of As You Like It.
There comes an old man and his sweet son.
I can match this beginning.
Sweet, proper young men.
Woo!
Excellent growth and presence.
With bills on their necks, be it known unto all of these men by these presents.
The eldest of the three wrestled with showers. Showers in a moment threw him and broke 3 of his ribs. That there is even hope of life in him. So he served the second. And so, they sail.
Yeah!
No one likes you. Your mom doesn't like you. Yonder they lie. The poor old man and their father making such pitiful dole over them. That all the behold is dead spot with weeping.
Alas!
But what is the sport, monsieur?
For our 11th season, we decided to tackle one of Shakespeare's history plays, Richard III. Although its historical accuracy is a bit questionable, especially in regards to the physical description of Richard, it gave us one of the most famous dramatic villains Shakespeare ever created. Richard III is a story of power, betrayal, intrigue, and war. In the following monologue, we hear Lady Anne lament the lately murdered King Henry VI and the future of her kingdom. Here is our original Lady Anne to reprise her role.
Set down, your honorable load, whilst I awhile obsequiously lament the untimely fall of virtuous Lancaster. Hear the lamentations of poor Anne, wife to thy Edward, to thy slaughtered son, stabbed by the selfsame hand that made these holes. Cursed be the hand that made these fatal wounds. Cursed be the heart that had the heart to do it. Cursed the blood that let this blood from hence. More direful hap betide that hated wretch that made us wretched by the death of thee. If ever he have wife, let her be made as miserable by the death of him as I am made by my poor lord and thee.
Richard III is full of strong women who defy Richard and tell him just how evil he has become. Queen Margaret, who has seen Richard for who he is from the beginning of the show, tells him exactly what she thinks of him and that he is a disappointment to his family and his name. Here is our original Queen Margaret to reprise her role.
Stay, dog, for thou shalt hear me. If heaven have any grievous plague in store exceeding that which I can wish upon thee, oh, let them keep it until thy sins be ripe, and then hurl down their indignation on thee, the troubler of the poor world's peace. The worm of conscience still be gnaw thy soul. Thy friends suspect for traitors while thou livest, and take deep traitors for thy dearest friends. Thou elvish, marked, abortive, rooting hog, thou that was sealed in thy nativity, a slave to nature and a son of hell, thou slander on thy mother's heavy womb, thou loathed issue of thy father's loins, thou rag of honor, thou detested Richard!
Clarence is the brother of Richard and is not immune to Richard's evil plot. Clarence stands in the way of Richard inheriting the throne, so Richard hires 2 people to murder him in jail. Prior to his death, though, Clarence recounts the horrors he has seen in war that haunt him to this day. Shortly after this, he is murdered. War comes to Richard, and he loses the throne as well as his life. Here is our original Clarence to reprise his role.
Oh, I've passed a miserable night. So full of ugly sights of ghastly dreams, that as I am a Christian faithful man, I would not spend another such a night, though it were to buy a world full of happy days. So full of dismal terror was the time. Methoughts I had broken from the tower, and embarked across to Burgundy, and in my company my brother Richard, who from my cabin tempted me to walk upon the giddy footings of the hatches. Methoughts that Richard had stumbled, and in falling struck me the thought to stay him overboard into the tumbling billows of the main. Lord, Lord, methought, what pain it was to drown. What dreadful noise of waters filled mine ears. What ugly sights of death filled mine eyes. Methoughts I saw 1,000 fearful wrecks, 10,000 men that fished not upon, and marked the dead bones that lay scattered by. Oh, then began the tempest to my soul. First that did greet my stranger soul was my great father-in-law, renowned Warwick, who cried aloud, "What scourge for perjury can this dark monarchy afford false Clarence?" And so he vanished. And then came wandering by a shadow, like an angel, with bright hair, dabbled in blood. And he squeaked out aloud, "Clarence is come. False, fleeting, perjured Clarence, that stabbed me in the field by Tewkesbury. Seize on him, Furies, take him to your torments. And with that, methought, a legion of foul fiends environed me about and howled in mine ears. Such hideous cries, that with the very noise I trembled awake, and for a season after, could not believe but that I was in hell.
For our 12th season, we performed the lesser-known Winter's Tale, which is an interesting play that starts off very dramatic and takes a significantly comedic turn in the second half of the show. In the first half of the show, the king accuses his pregnant wife of adultery, and then she dies, but in true Shakespearean fashion, not really. So in the second act, we meet her long-lost daughter Perdita, who was left on an island by the husband of the queen's lady-in-waiting. Perdita is in love with Florizel, but doesn't think she is worthy of him because she is poor. Here are our original Perdita and Florizel to reprise their roles.
These, your unusual weeds, to each part of you does give a life. No shepherdess, but Flora, peering in April's front.
Sir, my gracious lord, to chide at your extremes it becomes not me. Your high self, the gracious mark of the land, you have obscured with a swain's wearing. And me, poor lowly maid, most goddess-like, pranked up. I should blush to see you so attired, swoon, I think, to show myself a glass.
I bless the time when my good falcon made her flight across thy father's ground.
Now Jove afford your cause. To me the difference forges dread. Your greatness hath not been used to fear. Even now I tremble to think that your father, by some accident, should pass this way as you did.
Apprehend nothing but jollity. The gods themselves, humbling their deities to love, have taken the shapes of beasts upon them. Jupiter became a bull and bellowed. The green Neptune a ram and bleated. And the fire-robed god, golden Apollo, a poor humble swain as I seem now. Their transformations were never for a piece of beauty rarer.
Oh. But sir, your resolution cannot hold when 'tis opposed, as it must be, by the power of the king. One of these two must be necessities, which then will speak that you must change this purpose, or I, my life.
Thou dearest Perdita, with these forced thoughts I prithee darken not the mirth of the feast. Your guests are coming. Lift up your countenance as it were the day of celebration of that nuptial which we two have sworn shall come.
O Lady Fortune, stand you auspicious.
See, your guests approach. Address yourself to entertain them sprightly, and let's be red with mirth.
The past few years, we have recorded our productions and plan to put those recordings on our YouTube channel so you can watch them or teachers can use them in their classrooms. Here is a clip of one of our favorite scenes from Winter's Tale, where two traveling con artists dupe an unsuspecting sheep herder.
I understand the business. I hear it. To have an open ear, a quick eye, and a nimble hand is necessary for a cut purse. A good nose is prerequisite also to smell out work for the rest of the senses. I see that this is a time when the unjust man doth thrive. This exchange, what an exchange this has been without boot. What a boot is here with this exchange. Why, the prince himself is about a piece of iniquity, stealing away from his father with his clog at his heels. If I thought it a piece of goodness to inform the king withal, I would not do it. I hold it more infamy to conceal it. Therein I am constant to my profession. Aside. Here is more matter for a hot brain. Every lane's end, every shop, church, meeting, hanging yields a clever man work.
See what a man you are now? There's no way else but to show the king that she's a changeling and none of your flesh and blood.
Nay, but hear me.
Nay, but hear me.
Well, go to then.
Say she be none of your flesh and blood. Your flesh and blood has not offended the king, and so your flesh and blood is not to be punished by him. Show him those things you found about her, those secret things. All what that she has with her. This being done, let the law go whistle, I warrant you.
I will tell the king all, yea, every word, and his son's pranks too, who I may say is no honest man, neither to his father nor to me, to go about and make me the king's brother-in-law.
Indeed, brother-in-law's the farthest you would have been from him. And your blood have been dear by I know how much an ounce.
Very wisely, puppies.
Well, to the king, there's that in this bottle that will make him scratch his head.
I know not what impediment that conflict will have with the flight of my master, the prince.
Pray heartily he be at the palace.
Though I am not naturally honest, I am so sometimes by chance. Let me pocket up my peddler excrement and hello, rustics. Whither art thou bound?
Why, to the palace, and it like your worship?
Your affairs there? What, to whom, the condition of that fardel, the place of your dwelling, your names, your ages, of what breeding, of what having, or anything that is fitting to be known, discover.
We are but simple men, sir.
A lie. Thou art rough and hairy. Let me have no lying, for that becomes none but craftsmen, and they often give us soldiers the lie. But we pay them for it with stamped coin rather than stamped steel. Therefore they give us not the lie, huh?
Your worship had like to have given us one, sir, if you had not taken yourself up in this manner.
Are you a courtier? Ain't it like you, sir?
Whether it's like me or no, I am a courtier. Seest thou not the air of the court and these enfoldings? Hath not my gait in it the measure of the court? Deceivest not, thou knows court odors from me? Reflect I not on thy baseness, court contempt? Thinkest thou, for that I insinuate and tease out thy business, that therefore I am not a courtier? I am courtier Capopi, and one that will either push forward or pluck back thy business there, whereupon I command thee, open thy affair.
Our business is with the king, sir.
What advocate do you have for him?
Oh, I know not. Sir, ain't it like you?
Advocate is the court word for pheasant, so you have none.
None, sir. I have no pheasant, cock, or hen.
Oh, how blessed are we that are not simple men. Yet nature might have made me as they are, therefore I will not disdain.
This cannot be but a great courtier.
He His garments are rich, but he wears them not handsomely.
He seems to be the more noble and being fantastical. A great man, all worn, I can tell by the pickings of his
That
teeth.
fardel there. What's in fardel?
Wherefore the box? Sir, there are such secrets in that fardel box that none but the king must know, and which he shall within this hour, if I may come to the speech of him.
Age, thou hast lost thy labor.
Why, sir?
The king is not of the palace. He has gone aboard a new ship to purge melancholy, to air himself. For if thou beest capable of serious things, the king is full of grief.
Oh, yeah, so it is said about his son who was supposed to marry a shepherd's daughter.
That shepherd, be he not handfast, let him fly. The curses he shall have, the tortures he shall feel, will break the back of man, the heart of monster.
And you think so, sir?
Not he alone shall suffer what wit can make heavy and vengeance bitter, but all those germane to him, whether they be 50 times removed, shall come under the hangman, which is a pity, yet is necessary. An old sheep whistling rogue, a lamb tender, offers to have his daughter come into grace. Some say he will be stoned. That death is too soft for him, say I. Draw our throne into a sheep's coat. All deaths are too few, the sharpest too easy.
Had the old man ever a son? Do you hear it and it like you, sir?
He hath a son who will be flayed alive, and then anointed over with honey, set upon the head of a wasp's nest, there stand until he be 3/4 in a dram dead. Then recovers again with aquavitae or some other hot infusion. Then, as raw as he is, and in the hottest day that prognostication proclaims, shall he be put against a brick wall, the sun shining with a southward eye upon him, where it shall behold him with flies blown to death. But what talk we of these traitory rascals, whose miseries are something to be smiled at, their offenses being so capital? Tell me, gentlemen, for you seem to be honest plain fellows, what have you to the king? It being something gently considered, I will bring you where he is aboard. Offer your persons to his presence. Whisper him on your behalf. And if it be in man besides the king, shall affect your pursuits, I and the man shall do it.
He seems to be of great authority. Go with him. Give him gold. Though authority be a stubborn bear, yet he is off-led by the nose with gold. Show the inside of your purse to the outside of his hand. No more ado. Remember the word stoned and flayed alive.
It ain't like you, sir, to take on the business for us. Here's that gold I have. I'll make it as much more and leave this young man in pawn till I bring it you.
After I had done what I said?
Aye, sir.
Well, give me the moiety. Your party in this business?
Though my case be pitiful, I hope I am not played out of it. I am
Played out of it. That is the case of the shepherd's son. Hang him, he'll be made an example.
Comfort! Good comfort! We must to the king and tell him she is none your daughter nor my sister. We are gone else. Sir, I will give you as much gold as this old man does after the business be performed, and stay, as he says, your pawn till it be brought you.
I will trust you. Go you walk before to the seaside, go to the right hand, I will but look upon the hedge and follow you.
We are blessed in this, sir, as I may say, even blessed.
Let us as he fits. He was provided to do us good.
If I had a mind to be honest, I see that fortune would not suffer me. She drops booties into my mouth. Now I am courted with a double occasion, gold and the means to do the prince, my master, good, which God knows how that might turn around to my own advancement. I will bring the two moles, the blind ones, aboard the prince. And if he think it fit to shore them again, and that the complaint they have to the king concerns him nothing, let him call me rogue for being so far officious. For I am title against, I have proof against that title, and whatever shame else belongs to it.
Thank you so much for watching tonight. We will be posting all of our videos on our website, www.capitalshakespeare.org, and on our various social media accounts for you to watch and share with others who would enjoy some Shakespeare in their summer. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram and watch for details on audition and performances for our February production of the classic play, A Doll's House. We are excited to bring this amazing show to you and cannot wait to get started on it. We wish you all the best of health and happiness for the rest of your summer. We have one more special video for you. We have had former Capital Shakespeare actors from across the country send videos to remind us all that all the world truly is a stage, and we are a community connected through art.
All the world's a stage. And all the men and women merely players.
They have their exits and their entrances.
And one man in his time has many parts, his acts being 7 stages.
At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms.
Then the whining schoolboy, with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like a snail unwillingly to school.
And then the lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow.
Then a soldier full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel.
And then the justice, in fair, round belly, with good cape and lined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances.
The sixth age shifts into the lean and slippery pantaloon with spectacles on nose and pouch on side.
Last scene of all, that ends this strange, eventful history, is second childishness and mere oblivion.
Sans teeth.
Sans eyes.
Sans taste.
Sans everything.